Hi guys, today we're going to make a quick card using the Celebrations cartridge, and we're going to use this little hat here and also the Beyond Birthdays cartridge, and I'm just going to use this congratulations or congrats here. That's on page 91 and the little hat's on page 105. Okay, and these are the papers and cards that I've got ready. So we're going to use some quite bright colours because it's a nice fun card. So we've got a nice bright green base. I've already matted a piece of card or a piece of paper onto some silver mirror. I'm going to put that down there, and then we're going to use the purple and the pink for our hat and our congratulations. I don't think we need that spare piece of silver mirror. Alright, so across to the Cricut to start cutting. Cricut, so we're going to load our paper. The first cartridge that we've got in is the Celebrations, so we're going to cut our hat. So the first layer we're going to do is this one. Now you can do that on its own and then layer up using just this section here for the top of the hat. But what I've decided to do is this is my one layer, and then the blackout feature to go underneath. So actually what I'm getting is the colour coming through the holes here, and I'm not going to worry about doing my shift key here for the little bobble. I'm just going to leave that all in one colour with, as I say, the little colour, the other colour showing through. Okay, so the top colour I'm going to do is the pink, so that's that colour there. I've put my blade on 6, my pressure on max because it's quite heavy cardstock, and I'm going to put this at 4.5, I think. Let's see, so it's 5 and a bit inches, this square here that I'm matting. So if I did 4.5, that should hopefully fill that, but let's see what happens. Okay, so the key I want is this one here. So we press that, wait for it to come up in our little bar here, just to make sure that's the correct one, so it is, and then press cut. And then we'll just be able to judge whether we think it's too big or not, but it's looking okay at the moment. Okay, so that's the pink finished. So now we're going to go to our purple. So we're just going to move along using our arrow keys just up here so you get to the purple. And then I'm going to do my blackout function key because that's the one I want here. So it's the blackout function key, so that's there. It's on the same layer, so if it's on the same level, so that's the bottom, it's not a shift key, that's the bottom one, not a shift key, etc. all the way along, these are non-shift ones, then you can hit repeat last. You can't do that if it's on the shift key unless you've already done the shift for the previous cut. So you can only do repeat last for the same layer or level cut that you're going to be doing. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to just hit repeat last, and just again to double check that it is correct, and it is, there's no holes on that one, and press cut. Okay, so that's that finished. Now we don't particularly need to unload the mat. Unfortunately though, when you switch, in order to change the cartridge, which we need to do now, to do the congrats, it will you have to switch the machine off. You can't just pull your cartridge out because it will damage the cartridges. So when you turn the machine off to do that, it will automatically spit the mat out. So don't worry about that, just be ready to catch it. Okay, so off with the machine. Take my cartridge out, swap it over for my Beyond Birthdays, take my overlay off, put my other overlay on, and then switch the machine back on and be ready to catch the mat. There we go. Okay, and then load paper, and then use, let me just move you up slightly, there we go, and then use our arrow keys to move along to the purple. I'm just going to go down past where we've already cut so that I know that it's not going to touch what we've already cut on the hat. Okay, so now we're going to find our congrats, which, if you're looking in the book, is on page 91. And I'm going to do this one here, but I don't know where it is on here, and there's so many writings it's hard to find. Okay, there it is, right at the top. Now for this, I think I'm not going to do it quite as big. I'm going to do it just down to 3 3/4, I think, because this is actually going to go on the inside of the card. So, well, that's the plan at the moment, but that may change. So we'll just see what that's like. If it's not right, then we can do it again. At the moment, that's looking quite big, but we'll see. I don't know, I think that'll be alright, although it's quite big. I think that's quite nice for the inside of the card. So let's have a look. So unload the paper. Yeah, and I think that'll be okay, but if it's not, we've still got plenty of paper here to recut it. But at the moment it's just, I don't know if you can see it in the light. I'll pull this off and you'll be able to see it in a minute. Okay, so we'll go back to the table. You can see I've just pulled the edges off around the excess paper off, so you can just get an idea of the size. And I'm pretty happy with that. There's a few little pieces in there we'll just pop out with our fingers, or you can use your tool from your Cricut kit if you've got one, but I've got nice long nails, so that worked fine. So I think that's going to be quite nice for the inside of the card. So put that to one side, and then we'll peel off our little hat. Oh, be careful at the top here that you don't pull the little bobble off, like I nearly did then. And then we've got this piece here, and this time I'm going to start from the top so that I make sure I don't, whoops, sorry guys, so that I don't pull off that bobble. And it's cut so nicely that it's left all those pieces behind, so that's going to basically stick on top like that to make like a little celebration hat. Just zoom in a little bit for you. Ooh, and what we're going to do is we're going to use our Zig two-way glue pen, and we're just going to glue on the back of here with the Zig. Just make sure it's nice and covered so it sticks every little piece down. I'm a bit, as I'm sure you've seen, a bit over generous with my glue, but I can't stand bits poking out like that, so I tend to put more on than I need usually. Okay, now to make sure it's lined up, I tend to find it easier to actually pick it up. And then just squidge these little pieces over, like so. And there we go. So what I did was just had to move these over one at a time just to make sure that they were not, the purple wasn't showing through. And there's our little hat. Okay, so let's start putting this together now. So we've got our green card base, our mat, and I think what we'll do is actually we'll have the card opening this way. So we're going to put our mat down like so. So we'll just get our ATG gun and put some glue on the back of this. You just zoom you out just a tiny bit. I think you're a bit close. There we go. And I'm not sure I've loaded this ATG quite correctly because it looks like it's coming off the edge all the time, but anyway. We'll have a look at that later. Alright, so then we'll pop this down in the centre. Now the next thing is to decide whether I want the congrats on the inside or the outside. I think I prefer it on the inside. Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to put that on the outside. I think we'll use some of my pin flare glue just to pop that up. Now, it's a pin flare if you're not in the UK. It's a bit like silicone glue, but not silicone. So it does the same thing, but it hasn't got the nasty smell. If you are in the UK and you want to know where to get it, you can get this from crateandcraft.tv. And if you're a member of the Crate and Craft Club, then you can get your 10% discount, which is very nice. And I'm just putting a blob on all of these little pokey out bits from on the bobble. Now you could have used 3D foam if you wanted, but the beauty of this is it gives you some movement and it's quick to put on. So if you put it down and you're not quite happy like that, you can just squidge it over a little bit. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and then we'll probably do a little bit more to it on the front to make it a bit more snazzy. And then we're going to put our congrats on the inside, and I'm going to use my zig for that. Whoops. But any kind of wet glue that's nice and easy to do like this, sort of, but the beauty of these pens is that you can kind of put them where you want it. And I've got my craft mat down, so I don't have to worry quite so much, because normally I always end up with glue everywhere and then sticking things to things. Okay, so I put the congrats central on the inside here. Yep, and then just give it a good shove down to make sure it's really well stuck. There we go. I think that looks really nice against the green as well. Looks really pops up. Okay, so now we're just going to do a little bit extra to this front, and I think what we need is stickles. Okay, so we're going to put some stickles. I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. We put some stickles on our bubble. Like so. I think, like Robin of My Pink Stamper, a card always looks better with a bit of stickles. There we go. And I think that's done. Okay, hope you enjoyed the card, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, I just quickly just to say, I just added a few extra little sparkles to the card. I decided that it just gave it that little bit of extra sort of congratulations confetti type thing to it, so I've just added that on. Okay, so as I say, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it, and love to you to leave some comments, and see you again soon. Okay, bye.